Hey there folks, what's going on? Today we're going to talk about the We the People outside the waistband holster for the Glock 23 1917 with a Streamlight TLR1 and an optic cut. So let's talk about it. Alright guys, so we did the unboxing for this not that long ago, and I have been able to actually wear this thing out. I did yard work and stuff with it, chopping wood, mowing the yard, going around doing as much stuff as I could with it. I was not able to go hiking yet and stuff with it, and I don't have like a, I'm in Alaska and we should have like four-wheelers and stuff like that, but I'm not doing any of that kind of stuff yet, maybe someday. But I have been using this, right, as much as I can. I'm not gonna be wearing this out in town, just like open carrying kind of guy. I've seen people do that. Not one of those kind of guys, but that's not why I requested to use this one. This is a holster that I'll talk about a little bit later, some very big pros about it, but this is a holster that I do intend to use on a regular basis for certain situations, right? So let's go over some pros and cons. Let's do the cons first, because everybody's got cons. There's always going to be cons. I don't care what kind of holster it is, there's always going to be cons. My main con with this are two things. Well, that's not a con. My main cons with this are twofold, right? I wish that the kydex on this was a little bit thicker. I didn't measure this and see exactly what the thickness was, but it seems like it could be a little thicker. And if it was a little bit thicker, I think that would aid in its retention, I think. And what I mean by that is, it brings me to my second con, is that it only has one screw down here. One tension screw to give you any kind of tension at all. This looks like it's one piece of kydex that's been folded over, and it's got one screw right here, right, that gives you your attention. So you tighten it down, and that squeezes down, which squeezes down on the light, or on this little part right here. I don't know if you can really see that, but that's kind of where you get your attention from, it looks like. And it closes that, or it opens it up, and that's your only screw. Since this kydex is relatively thin, it's not thin, I've seen thinner kydex, but if it was a little bit thicker kydex, a little bit more rigid, I think you could possibly get away with one screw, because the holster itself would want to flex. There's a lot of material here, and the holster itself wouldn't be able to flex so much. I believe, yes, I have another one of We the People holsters, and this looks to be the same thickness, I believe, as far as kydex goes, but this is a smaller holster for a Glock 43X, a Glock 48, and since it's a smaller holster, you can see it in size, there's way less material on this guy, so having one screw, again, to give you retention has seemed to work, and I have had no issues with that at all. I believe partially a part of that is the fact that even though it's thinner material, it's less area for it to be able to flex, whereas the bigger guy, it's got way more area to flex and kind of get around that one retention. So that's really my main two cons. I never had, even in chopping wood and mowing the yard, just doing yard work and stuff, wearing it around as things, I never had a retention problem, right? But if you can see, this is tightened down, really tightened down. When you go to put this guy in, it gives it resistance to push it in, right? And then there's no solid click. It just kind of goes in. See, I didn't even know I was all the way in. It goes in, and there's almost like a muffled click whenever it goes in. It's very muffled. You can kind of feel it sometimes you can't. But that's really your only assurance whenever you go to put the holster, or put the gun back in the holster, that you actually got it in, okay? So those are the cons. The pros of this are the same that I've talked about on my other We the People holster that I got. And then also, for the exact reason that I purchased this We the People holster, they didn't send that one to me. I purchased that one. And then back in the day when I purchased my other We the People holsters, is the fact that they are very well priced, all right? I know this probably sounds like salesmanship here, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt if you have to. But these are priced well enough that it's not going to break the bank to get one and to use it until maybe you can decide, I really want to carry strong side, or I really want to carry appendix, but I don't want to go out and spend 150 bucks on a holster to try out. You see what I'm saying? If you can read between the lines there if you need to, that's fine. If you need to take what I said there with a grain of salt, that's fine. You do with that information as you see fit. I personally have bought these holsters because of that, because they're priced fair enough that it doesn't break the bank to buy a holster for a gun that they were quick enough to come out in the market with a 48 MOS, 43X MOS holster where other companies weren't. It's not going to break the bank to get one of these things, okay? I have not had a failure with one of these, all right? The retention issue, if you're doing some high stress stuff, like I kind of mentioned four-wheeling, right? If you're doing some stuff where you're bouncing all over the place and you got to worry about other things, like I wouldn't wear this going like snowboarding and something like that, right? Because I would be concerned about it coming out. I would want some kind of level 3 retention, right? Or some way to keep it from just popping out. All right, but that's not really what this guy's made for, that I'm aware of. I'm not aware that these things are made for like duty holsters, okay? These are more for like that, kind of like I said before in the other review, the Honda Civic, right, of holsters. It does what it needs to do. It holds the gun. It covers the trigger guard, holds it on your person, whether it be on your belt, outside the waistband, or inside your waistband. I've never had a problem with these things breaking, coming apart, not doing what they're supposed to do. They may just not be the prettiest things out there, but they work and they're reasonably priced. So we did carry it with the Glock 23, which is 40 caliber. We carried it up here a little bit. Like I said, yard work, going around chopping wood and kind of stuff, and we haven't had any problems with it. We also, if I can get this guy off, I can kind of show you. This is I believe it's an 80% arms. Make sure I get this guy open. It's an 80% arms lower, right, in a Brownells slide, right, with some very tall suppressor height sights and a Swamp Fox optic. And just to give you an idea of what that's going to look like, that fits in there just fine, right? You got plenty of room up here for your optic. Totally covers up your trigger guard, does exactly what it needs to do. I don't know if you can see down there or not, but you have plenty of room up there for your suppressor height sights, which is nice because some holsters, they're not going to give you clearance for your suppressor height sights. This is a Shadow Systems MR920, and it fits in here just fine as well. Again, covers trigger guard, it's exactly what it needs to do. Gives you plenty of room up here and clears your optic. And it seems to work and function just fine. And it has lower, like a lower co-witness sights, and so they totally have plenty of room in there. Even though these are like, you can see those sights on this gun, right? Those suppressor height sights, those things are tall, and they have no problem clearing the holster or anything. Because like I said, some holsters, they do have problems with that. You have to specifically ask for that. So anyway, that is this holster. For now, like I kind of said, I'm not an outside the waistband, open carry kind of person, but I do intend to use this holster with, well, I don't know why I put this guy back on there, but with the Glock 23 and the 40 caliber, I do intend to use this holster, and I am going to run it. This is you can look for this in like more long-term review kind of stuff. This is something that unless something crazy else happens, this is gonna be put to use, whether it be for going outside and doing stuff. If I need something for specifically moose and bear, right, to be able to have a firearm on me, not in a concealed carry manner, like if we're out hiking and doing stuff like that, where you need your gun, especially if you're wearing a coat or something, or a jacket, or whatever it is, and you don't need a concealed gun, right? You need a gun more, almost like a duty weapon kind of thing, where it's exposed, it's ready, all you gotta do is grab it, okay? Because there's times and places for concealed carry, and then there are, depending on your situations, there are times and places for an open carry kind of gun. And up here, I'm very looking forward to putting this guy through his long-term paces as an open carry kind of thing, not running around in Walmart. All right, yeah, I think I said that enough. All right, so that's the holster. I really do like it. The other stuff that they sent me again some of this bacon jerky. Last time I tried the sriracha stuff, it was pretty good, honestly. This stuff's pretty good. This just smells like bacon. This is the old-fashioned maple. It is very sweet. This is very sweet. So if you like sweet stuff, then this would be a good one to go with. I really do like the sriracha. If I was to get more, I would really want to get that sriracha. There's not any spice or anything like spicy hot kind of stuff. No, but this is really good. This is good. And then their little, whatever these things are called, tumblers. They got a couple different kinds. They sent me this one, has a flag on one side, right? It's got 1776 on the other side, surrounded by the stars. Kind of like the shirt, right? Where they got the their logo, the flag, and then the stars and whatnot up here. That's pretty cool. I like it. I actually do like the shirts. And believe it or not, this tumbler thing is better quality than some other ones I'm not going to name, but it's actually pretty good. It's actually a pretty good one. My wife is actually pretty happy with these things because now we're getting a couple of these, and they're working pretty good. All right, guys, so there you go. There you have it. I hope that didn't sound too commercially for you. I really don't want to turn this channel into a, like, let's try to sell you stuff. Really, no. If you want to buy this stuff, there will be an affiliate link down below, and I will post my discount code down there below as well. If you want to use those, cool, go ahead. If you don't, no skin off my nose. It doesn't faze me at all. I really don't care. I'm offering it to y'all if you want to do that. If you don't want to, really, that's perfectly fine. If you hit this before the 4th of July sale is over, I believe it ends the 4th of July, and they're doing a bigger sale, so don't try to use my discount code. They have their own codes and stuff that gets you more off than my code will. If you're watching this after the 4th of July, then yeah, my code will get you, I think it's 15% off or something like that. But again, no skin off my nose. Use it, don't use it, whatever. Like I have said before, I have bought these holsters, right? Not this specific one. They sent me this specific one, and they sent me another specific one, but I have bought several of these holsters with my money before any partnership was ever established with them. And I bought them, and I used them, and I liked them. I have no problems with them, all right? I really don't. I really don't. Like I kind of said, the main problems are, the main cons, they're not problems yet because nothing has happened. But the main cons are it's a little bit thinner kydex, and there's only one retention. If they had 2 screws down here, I think you'd have a lot more retention power holding that gun in there. But it is what it is, and so far, that's just a perceived thing. It holds the weapon in there, and it seems to be fine. All right, so anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. Y'all be good to be safe. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next video.